Corpos. The world is ruled by it. Everyone does everything they do because they set trends. People hate them, yet follow their example. If VTubers benefit from parasocialism, corpos are all about para-capitalism. Reject the system. Fuck the corpos. Run along the edges of parasocial relationships as an indie VTuber. Or better yet,
Okay.
join a small agency in defiance to these para-capitalist freaks and
Do the same thing.
fail completely. Because most VTuber agencies collapse in less than a year and aren't as stable or supportive as you think it is. That shouldn't be surprising to anyone though, because most startup businesses fail, and businesses in the VTubing industry aren't an exception. The thing about starting
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm gonna try to not make this like a long-winded rant, but understanding what VTubers need and just trying to start a random company to have a VTuber collection of sorts is two vastly different things. Because if you want to make a corporation to handle VTubers, like, what can you offer to your VTubers? You know, like, can you support them to like help them rise out from the ground, from the weeds, basically? Like, let's say, like, are you gonna make clips for them? Are you gonna make sure their shows are fun? Are you gonna try to like teach them all of that stuff? Do you even have the resources to teach them that stuff, or do you even know enough to teach them that stuff? And then there's also the part of like maybe acquiring them their models if they don't have one already, on top of all of the added support that they might need, because you're basically like a talent management type of thing. And so if you're not aware of the things that VTubers need, it would be way too much, too quick, especially if you're handling 5 of them. Like, I can barely handle myself. How are you supposed to handle multiple? You know? But then again, I mean, if you're gonna start one, like, you probably have some capital. I mean, I hope you can handle that with just the power of money. But yeah, they tend to fail because they either don't know enough, or they don't have enough money, or they just they just can't handle holding multiple VTubers. But let's see what else. Let's get into the weeds.
a VTuber agency is that it's actually really easy. Anyone with around $20,000 can start an agency. The technology and
20,000.
research required to do it.
Yeah. It's easy. Just get $20,000 first. Yeah, for sure. Just go to the bank, get a $20,000 loan. It's that easy. You know.
The VTubers themselves and staff, all of these are really easy to obtain, especially since there's a massive pool of skilled entertainers that want to be in the VTuber industry. And there's also no shortage of job seekers and artists looking for work. But what a lot of agency owners think is that their jobs end after they debut the talent. They came into the industry either with unreasonable expectations or almost no expectations at all. It reeks of company owners not having a vision or direction for how they want their project to go. They just do whatever the fuck Hololive and Nijisanji is doing, minus the professionalism and the business acumen. And as a result, controversy and drama follows them a lot. Be it accusations of mismanagement where the talents had to fend off for themselves initially, grooming accusations, abusive or manipulative staff, these problems and more are issues that small corpo fans and small corpo VTubers themselves all know too well. And it results in a lot of small VTubers graduating from these corpos in less than a year. Some departures in good terms while others not so much. It all reeks of the managers and CEOs of these companies not doing well to manage their talents or even fulfilling the support that they promised. A lot of these agencies just lack the vision, perseverance, or the know-how to navigate the VTuber industry.
Yeah.
However, this was kind of how Hololive and Nijisanji was.
I feel like I just like boiled down the video to a minute of my little rant at the beginning there. I hope not.
In their first years too. They were also companies that didn't really push their talents that hard initially. Hell, both have been called black companies when they started getting some traction due to a lot of drama and mismanagement. But the reason they were able to make it out was that they managed to weather the storm and accrued enough resources to eventually make it big. They had a goal for the future. They endured and played the long game while maintaining enough composure internally to keep themselves from falling apart. They were able to capitalize and take advantage whenever the algorithm decides to bless them. These are things that a lot of VTuber agencies right now aren't able to do. Most agencies come in the industry with unreasonable expectations and for short-term profits. They're not looking at what
I
their
mean, some of them are also just like don't know what they're doing in general. Like they see VTubers, they're like, hey, that seems cool, let's get in this, and then they come in and they're like, oh shit, there's so much they need, and there's so much things they need to do, and then they go poof because there's just way too much, and the I'd say the cost you need to put in is way more than they get earlier on, and it's crazy because like depending on how small and how unknown the talent that you grab are, it could be an uphill battle. Like sometimes you just don't know if things will succeed, even like just in the entertainment industry in general, like even on YouTube, like like if someone can make really really good videos and sometimes they just won't take off until years later, and yeah, and it still like takes a lot to keep uploading for that long and not knowing when you're gonna pop off like that. So you know yeah, you'll have to look really really long term if you're not seeing explosive growth in the first year. But
company could be 3 to
yeah,
4
so surprised how V Shoujo managed to get so big. I mean, the talent were already big when they got them. I mean, I don't know too much. I'll have to look into it. But also just like I think the owner of V Shoujo was already on in the industry anyway. They were already aware of what streamers need. Like if I recall correctly, Gunrun was probably one of the was it Gunrun or I don't remember who it is, but the owner of VShojo, the founder, has been on Twitch for basically since Justin TV, I think, and yeah, they're definitely aware of what needs to be done. But anyway, again, also the talent that they put on were already like pretty big, so
years in the future, and they aren't taking any steps to steer their agency in a
those
proper
are some
direction
big money
too.
moves.
This can be
for
seen
sure.
in the form of agencies wrapping absurd terms and contractual clauses like making their talents cover their own costs, make their own promo materials, and even fucking
Yeah.
non-competes, all because they want to maximize profits, squeeze, and
Let me-
even
let me
fucking
read that again.
making their talent
Any related cost that directly impacts the VTuber, talent pays from their cut. Ooh. I mean, if I saw a clause like this, I might as well just stay indie. This is
talents cover
That-
their
that
own
is not
costs,
worth it.
make their own promo materials,
is so
and
not
even
worth it.
fucking non-competes, all because they want to maximize profits.
also just like they're making money off of you. So like at that point, like why not just use the pocket money that you were gonna lose anyway to employ your own people that will do the job that the corporate was doing for you? Like let's say you're an accomplished VTuber, right? And you're already making enough and you're making extra to like put back into your stream and your your show. Like why would you just not use that money to hire your own people rather than get hired yourself? Like there's no point. But
Squeeze all they can from their talents without even guiding or giving them avenues to grow. However,
People
despite
just don't
all
know
these
sometimes.
exploitative practices, their tactics still work. People still hop into these companies, and the reason why is that a lot of aspiring VTubers feel that they need this. There's a
not even
massive
that they
pool
feel
of VTubers
it's not even that they feel that they need it. They just don't know enough, and not knowing means that you get exploited, and then when you get exploited, well, I'm sorry.
that cannot afford the marketing or even the VTuber model to become a VTuber. They want to make friends in the industry, to connect and have people to grow and have fun times with. So when they see some VTuber startup company, they become excited over these promises. Some of these girls are young, ignorant, desperate, or menheras, sometimes all of the above, making them
Hey.
easy to tempt and fool. And when in the end, the venture just falls flat in their face, even with all the marketing glamour they toss on social media, it gets very depressing for them. to a point where friendship within these agencies will no longer matter, because friendship doesn't put food on the table. Hell, sometimes a VTuber goes apeshit when they don't see the kind of numbers and results that they expected by being in an agency. People have to realize, when agencies and VTubers enter the industry this late, it's not going to work out so well even after a year later. Most VTuber
Yeah.
markets now are saturated, and finding unique spins and innovations is going to take a lot of effort and time. Most VTuber fans have settled with their Oshis, so aspiring VTubers are going to have to try harder than before to get someone even slightly interested in them. No VTuber agency is going to be able to promise you 4 view digits unless you're in a medium to big-sized corpo. Hell, most can't even promise you anything aside from your model or some pre-debut advertisement. And the fact that the VTuber
No, like the things that these companies need to do is to handle the legwork that needs to be done off of stream to help propel the VTuber to popularity. But from what I understand, they don't even do that. Like, I don't think Cover even does that. You know, like in the very beginning, like you would need people to make clips of the VTuber. You need people to, you know, like make their streams easier to watch by either condensing them or just, you know, like creating highlights and stuff and all of that. And that's already a lot. And you'd have to post to like multiple platforms too to increase the chances that people discover them. And that's a lot of work. And you know, like I don't think a lot of corpos provide that from the get-go. And a bunch of them feels like they just come into the space and then be like, hey, make us money. Come on, hand it over. Make us money. That's what we hired you for, VTuber. Give us money right now. You know, like just get on that wheel, little hamster. But you know, the VTubers is not gonna get popular all on their own. That just doesn't work that way. But yeah, just leave it to the people. Just leave it to people. Why hire anyone? I mean, it depends on how it just depends on the VTuber really. Like if you're not, how do I word this? If you're not doing too well, like you have to take matters up to your own hands and do it, you know. But that stuff is kind of boring. Like I hate editing. Yeah, and I hate like trying to, what do you call that? I hate trying to make stuff for multiple platforms. It's just so annoying. But that's what you do. Like you gotta delegate that to someone else. And you know, what else was I gonna say? A group or a company needs to give incentive for VTubers to join them. Yeah, but it seems like they don't even offer anything that's worthwhile, from what I understand. Like I've looked into like maybe 2 or 3 of like smaller companies and like looked into what they offer for if you join them, and even then it's like I don't know. It feels like none of them were really worth it. I also feel as if they don't understand the efforts that go into VTubing. There's a lot of costs, and with any streamer, they need to support emotionally enthusiasm to continue. Yeah. Because it's really rough, especially mentally, to just like stream and like, you know, see nothing. But a lot of people don't understand that you need to do a lot of stuff outside of streaming to help your stream. And yeah, just how it is.
still splits their meager profits with an agency that might be doing fuck all, makes it all worse. This kind of thing happens all the time. Because who cares about some random girl they pick up on auditions? They're just a bunch of nobodies and expendables. There are always new, desperate people that want to be a VTuber out there. Nor will the fanbase really care if someone gets taken advantage of in a lot of these small communities. Unless of course the severity of their maltreatment reaches headlines in any VTuber news outlets. Most people just get popcorn and watch the dumpster fire. And if there are fans, it can be dividing for them. Because in cases like these, they want to support the talents, but they don't want to support the agency. All of these are reasons why so many small corpo VTubers either leave the agency to join another one, become an indie, or just quit entirely. The VTuber industry is already saturated, especially the common targets for a lot of these corpos. Couple that with the fact that these CEOs don't even have a plan or something that makes them stand out, and that they are just plain incompetent, greedy, or unprofessional, and you get the overall reason as to why most VTuber agencies
really bad.
fail. They have higher-ups that have no vision, can't manage cash flow, can't handle external or internal conflicts, can't manage morale, can't enforce rules or boundaries, can't hire the right kind of staff or talent for their goals. This is why there's always drama regarding mismanagement, harassment, internal fighting, exploitations, and a whole slew of other issues. That being said, there are small agencies that are successful, like Phase Connect, which have managed to stay afloat in a relatively stable state. They're not perfect, yes, and they too have had their yabs, but the talents in there are actually managed better than most small corpos. It seems like they actually do have a plan, unlike most VTuber startups. They're playing the long game instead of having these short-sighted expectations and exploitative terms that a lot of agencies have. The fact that they've been up for more than a year and most of their talents are still active, and that not a single one has even graduated, speaks enough on how much the talents are in a better spot than most. Anyone can start an agency. Anyone can be a VTuber. But not just anyone can succeed in it. Like all industries and communities in the world, there are diamonds in the rough within these agencies. It's an entire ecosystem down here with talented people that deserve more than what they currently have. They just need their big break to eventually be noticed. Ultimately, I think that's what all VTubers and agencies want, to have that big break. But until then, they have to brave through the first hurdles while being fairly good to their talents, to maintain a positive internal community despite tough times. Running a VTuber agency isn't going to be profitable initially, but that's not a reason for any owner to exploit their talents.
Yeah, and it won't. And there's no guarantee that it will be profitable in the future either. It's just how it is. Like, you never know who's going to take off or not.
CEOs are going to have to keep sinking money if they ever look to run their own agency. Their jobs don't stop after giving them a model and making their VTubers debut. They're going to
but some of them think that that's where they should stop at, and that's everything they need to do, which is
a lot of resources. But that's a sacrifice anyone has to pay if they want to have a successful business. This isn't to discourage anyone from starting or joining a small agency. It's okay for these small corpos to experience drama here and there. No company is without controversy, after all. I like to believe that, eventually, despite the drama and hiccups that a lot of these small agencies experience, they'll eventually wrest the market from the top dogs in the future, much like how Hololive and Nijisanji stole the spotlight in their time too. When someone decides to run their own agency, they ought to start lowering expectations and be smart about this business. It's not something they can just half-ass and expect short-term profits from. They have to keep reinvesting into the business if they want it to last and make it more profitable in the future. They have to have grit and business savviness to actually survive in this industry, while supporting their VTubers along the way. The biggest reason that VTubers stay with their agencies even despite tough times is their faith in their managers and the company itself, that they can weather the storm and eventually make it out even bigger and better than before. Hololive and Nijisanji went through this. They didn't take shortcuts. It took them and their talents a lot of time, suffering, and controversy to get here.
Yeah, I don't think it was until Gen 3 where things really got
and controversy
popular.
For you, as an agency owner or VTuber, to be in their position someday too. For an agency to succeed, VTubers have to have the appropriate expectations from these agencies, and they'll have to trust that their companies will do good by them. VTubers can't afford to be selfish. They'll have to work with other genmates and staff as a team.
Also, just like, I'm starting to think that there may be like an upper limit to a corporations or I've been calling them corpos. I'll just keep calling them corpos. I think there's an upper limit to corpos and how many VTubers they can take, because like at some point, I mean, even now, like a bunch of the VTubers like have overlapping schedules, and at some point there's gonna come a time where they're all gonna be overlapping with each other, and they're just gonna start competing with each other. Like even now, I'm pretty sure some of these VTubers are already competing within each other inside their own companies, which is I wouldn't say is exactly a good thing. Like it's in some way it's kind of like auto cannibalism, but we'll just see. We'll see.
No matter what sacrifices are involved, And these
Cover's
agencies and
only
owners
gonna
will
get
have to
bigger
live
from
up to the
here.
trust and
So
expectations of their members and actually fulfill their obligations. Even if things along the way get bumpy, it's this trust that's going to keep the company together. It's this trust that differentiates a long-standing and respected VTuber agency from a dead one. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. Leave a like and comment down below if I missed something or if you have something to add, and if you want to support me, joining my membership or Patreon will be the best way to do so. Anyway, that's it. See ya.
hey, pretty good video. That basically summed up everything that I've been saying from all the other like past videos about corpo stuff, but you know, more info, more knowledge, always good.